24/7 like now.
My day-to-day job is on the TAC Ops department, which involves anything ranging from vehicle crime, public disorder, drugs-related offences, along with all manner of what you would class as normal policing, domestics, missing persons, mental health patients, anything, the full range of policing. The first time I experienced a shocking incident in my career, probably very young in service, things are more shocking then because they're unusual and unique and new. The first time a member of the public lunged towards me in an attempt to punch me was shocking at the time, and that goes through from later on in my career when people have attempted to stab me on one occasion. Again, that's shocking by definition, but with experience it becomes less shocking, less impactful. The first occasion was somebody literally taking a swing, a punch at me at a domestic. Shocking for somebody who was young in service, young in age and young in experience. But on a sliding scale, things progress with the role you do, so things become less impactful as you get through your career. Have myself or any colleagues ever been in immediate danger? The simple answer is yes. We do public order events, so things like football. There's been crowd disturbances, bottles being thrown, crowd surges towards a line of police officers where it could be 300 fans to 7 police officers. So yeah, there is immediate danger in those situations, but with training, with knowledge, with experience, with mindset, we overcome that. Experience and confidence really gets you through those situations, as well as working with a team you trust and a team that trusts you. I think the training we get, the experiences we have, and just the mindset from being a police officer, particularly the role I've done for many years, I think you're more aware of potential dangers and circumstances that you see on a daily basis that maybe a, inverted commas, normal member of the public wouldn't see as a risk. Injuries in 25 years, thankfully I've been quite lucky. Emotionally, yeah, I think a lot of things as a police officer you do impacts you emotionally. I do a lot of searching for murder scenes, serious assaults, and if the victim is particularly close to myself or a family member, that will obviously have a more emotionally impactful effect than if it is somebody who I wouldn't readily associate with, wouldn't be as emotionally impactful as me as a 17-year-old lad who may be murdered in a pub, for instance. I have children of that age that could happen to in theory, so that would have more of an impact on me. So yeah, it does have an emotional impact, and I think any police officer, any public services worker that says it doesn't isn't really telling the truth, because it does on a daily basis. I know people that are extremely good police officers and have been over many years that suddenly have an incident that affects their mental health, and in some cases retire on the strength of it. Or there's people that join the job who, with my experience, I can look at and think they are going to be good police officers, but just can't handle one or more elements, whether it be shift working, whether it be seeing the sights that we sometimes see, the injured people, deceased people, or whether it be the stress of being in a situation where you've got to make an immediate decision that could be life-changing and life-threatening. You've got to decide there and then. So coping mechanisms, really you need a strong family support, because you're coming home with things that you've seen, things that you can't unsee from unfortunate circumstances like road traffic collisions where people are injured or deceased, through to young children that have been abused or exposed to significant harm, colleagues that have been injured, in fact injuries yourself. So there's a lot of things that a normal member of society wouldn't be exposed to, we're exposed to on a regular daily basis. I think most people have what you'd term as a telephone voice. So in a work environment you would behave slightly different than you would do at home. To a large part, at home you're relaxed. In this occupation, there's always a threat of sorts, whether it be from individuals or just the environment you're working in. So you always have to bear that in mind, whereas at home, you're sat at home, feet up, cup of coffee in hand, watching television. There's minimal risk. So yes, your personality does change, probably more positive towards conflict, more aware of your surroundings, whereas when you're at home you just relax and generally things can wash over you to a degree. Have I ever struggled to relax when away from work? I can also say no. I think I'm probably unusual in many ways, but that's one of them where I can just shut off as soon as I come out of work. I commute, cycle 8 miles in, 8 miles back, and people call me mad, which is probably correct in many ways. But the cycle home detoxes, cleanses the soul. You know, I'm listening to radio or whatever on the way back. I'm not worrying about the day that's gone or the day to come because I'm tired and weary. I've got at least 5 years left to do, which in real terms is quite young. Retiring at 50, 52 something, or 55 of that nature. But no, thoroughly looking forward to it. As long as health and circumstances allow, then I can perform the role as a frontline police officer. Has my job affected my life, moral code, and made me a better person? It definitely affects your moral compass, how you see society, how you view wrong from right. I think we all get taught from a young age what's wrong and what is right, and that stays with us through life, through good parenting. So I think a combination of upbringing and the career I've progressed down has made me a better individual and able to parent better and be a better police officer. So yes, the organisation and the job has affected my morals, but I see that only as a positive. Despite some perceptions in the media, we are normal folk as well.